there, I'm Katarina and I'm a lead designer at Flowium. In this video, I'll talk about newsletter design and how to build it in Klaviyo. As you know, newsletter design is usually longer and contains more content than a regular campaign. It consists of new updates from your company in the last month or so, or a specific time frame. Most of the times you can find content like latest blog post, latest podcast episode, or a new YouTube video. Companies also often like to include any new product launches, big and exciting news, or simply talk about new team members joining their team or small victories. And in here, I'll show you one of our latest newsletters, and it includes your typical attention-grabbing hero image, some feel-good numbers that we've accomplished in the past month, exciting team meetups that occurred within our all-remote team. We added some new content here, and towards the bottom is our newest podcast episode and YouTube video. And now I'll show you how to create this in Klaviyo step by step. I'll go ahead and go into my Klaviyo account and start creating a new template. I will go over here under my templates and hit create. Now here we can choose a lot of different options. You can start with an already built one and then kind of just edit the blocks, or you can start with the basic one. So I'll do that and then add in all of my elements. I'll just go with the basic one column. So I'm gonna start in the style tab. So whenever I'm gonna make any text blocks or I'm gonna add anything, it's just automatically gonna pull everything from the styles block, so I don't have to edit each block separately. So I think this is a great thing to do first thing when you start creating a template, just so you have everything cohesive and uniform throughout the whole template without worrying if it's the same across the whole thing. So I'm gonna leave the template background as it is. I think we use that color, and the content background is gonna be white. Then the width, we can just leave it 600 pixels. And I'm gonna add in my fonts. So over here, for normal, I'm gonna have Montserrat, a normal one. I'm gonna bump this up to 16. It's gonna be visible. And then for the headings, we use accents, bold. Let's do 36 for heading 1, and then heading 2. It's also gonna be the same font. Let's put it down. If the H1 is 36, this one can be 30, and then H3 is the last that's gonna be in accents. Let's put this one to 22. Then H4, I'm gonna put back to 1/3. But let's do it bold. There we go. This is all good for me. Links are gonna have a different color. Let me just grab that color. It's 3696. This is our brand color. So I'm actually gonna put this to headings as well, at least for heading 1, heading 2, and the rest can be black. And let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put the text to 16 on mobile as well. H1 I'll put down to 34. These can be a little smaller than the ones you have on desktop, so H2 will be then 28. This one can be 24. Or no, let me do this 20. Right, something like that. And I'm gonna put some padding. Yeah, something like that. And then I'm just gonna edit padding inside the blocks. All right, so now that we have the style step ready, we can start pulling in content. So these are all the blocks that we're gonna work with, and we're not gonna use any custom HTML coding, just what you can find in the default blocks. I actually have to delete this padding because this will automatically add to all images and we don't want that. We're just going to edit padding inside the text box. So we're here, I'm going to add my hero image. I'm going to look for it here. And now it is very important that we don't have any padding here because this animation goes side to side. And over here, we're gonna delete the left and right padding as well and keep it full width on mobile. So we don't actually need the top and bottom either. So let's just keep it at 0. And very importantly, we have to add the alt text and link address. So there we go. So we have just added in our hero image, and now we will move on to the parts of the email. So up next, we have some text. I went ahead and copied the text from my copy document. So I'm going to go inside here and edit. So everything that I have in the copy document will be in the paragraph tag. So I will just add in the paragraph brackets and add in the text. Now I will have to remove these brackets, otherwise this section will not be displayed. And then I will just add in an enter. So I have to add the background color to this one, and that's what I will do. I think I have it saved here. Now this is not at all looking as we had hoped. So I will turn this text to white. And we're gonna add some padding to make this better. Let's add somewhere about 50. Oh, that's too much. Let's do 30. And then for top and bottom, we can do 30 as well. This is somewhat looking okay. And then we have to add the background image so that it's gonna be a nice transition so we won't have these cut off line over here. I will choose background color over here and then add the blue background. So this animation was already designed keeping this in mind, that this is opaque background, and down here we have transparent background, so we could do this transition more smooth. And then I'm gonna adjust the top and bottom padding because we don't need anything on top, but we definitely need something on the bottom. Something like that. I think this is looking pretty good. And I think I have to add some spacing as well, letter spacing. I think we use 1 or 0. Could be 0. Let me check. It's 0. There we go. And then our next part is the arrow that is also transitioning between 2 colors. And we're going to do this by adding 2 images. And one is going to have the blue background, the other one is going to have a white background. So we'll add an image here. And we'll search for the name. And we're going to add the alt text and link address here as well. Even though it's just a decorational element, it still needs to have all of these elements in here. So I will just write that this is and the link address is just going to be the same as the main hero image. And now I have to add the background to this one as well. And then to simplify my process, I'm just going to duplicate this image because it already has the alt link, the alt text and the link. So all I have to do is just replace the image and remove the background. There we go. So with this really cool trick, you can create really good transitions between backgrounds, so it doesn't have to be just a straight cut-off line. If you just cut an image into 2 pieces and make sure there's no padding in between. Then moving on to our next text block, I will just grab the block and drag it down here. And now here we have a heading and a paragraph text. I went in and copied my copy for this block. So I will put a few brackets, but this one is actually a heading. So I will cut this out and add a heading bracket above this. I'm going to put this as H2 because it's not the main heading that you would see at the top of the newsletter, but it's more down and you have to have that hierarchy and structure. So the number of headings will always go from the highest to the lowest down in the email. Let's hit done here. We're going to add some padding over here to just make sure it's the same as the one we have above. And I put left and right 30. And we can do for top and bottom, I will do 30 as well, and then maybe 50 for the bottom. It's really important to have enough white space and add enough padding so every element has enough room to breathe and it's just not stacked all together. But in the design, we had a black heading instead of the blue one. So I will go ahead and edit this text to black. There we go. All right, and now it is time for another image. And I need to add a paragraph here. So this one is actually on its own line. I'm gonna add some alt text to this image, and I will add the link for this. So we make sure that there is no padding, so the image goes from one edge to another. And I think I can remove some of this padding here, so it's not too big. We can do the 30 as well here. There we go. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate this block, so I don't have to edit all of the padding once again. So I'm gonna drop it below here. And since in this part I don't have a heading, I can remove the heading part and just add in the paragraph text. I think I will be adding the padding a little bit as well once I'm done. How much padding did I put here? This padding is much better than the one we have down, 30. And we have 18 left and right here. I don't think these have that 18. Yeah, that's why it wasn't adding up. And then we have a CTA that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna add in by using the button block. This is how the default one looks, but we can customize it to look like what we want it to look. So first is the text, and I'm gonna put in the color that I want and the URL. So we need to amp this quarter radius because we want it to be a full circle like that. And then we need some more left and right padding. Let's see how it looks with 30. And then let's do a little bit on top and bottom. And then a little bit more on left and right. Something like that. Then we're going to have to change the font. There we go. Let's do letter spacing. No, let's do it like that. Oh, wait, never mind. Wrong font. This is the right font. Yeah. And it can be a little bigger. There we go. And then we're done with the button. And now next up we have another arrow that I'm actually just going to duplicate from here because I have the background, I have the URL, the alt text, so it's just much easier to do it this way. And this is actually going to be the bottom one because the bottom one needs the background. And then I will go ahead and duplicate the white one, which will be the top arrow in this case. And now we are going to add another text block below this, but first I'm gonna add some padding over here because this is a little bit mushed up together. So I think we add some more padding. This is gonna look much better. And it's gonna be much easier for the subscriber to click on it if there's enough white space around the CTA. I will go ahead and duplicate this text block because it has the correct font color and the correct font background, so it will be much easier to use. And again, here we have some heading and some normal paragraph text, so we're going to do the same thing that we did with the previous one. Make sure to not delete the span style, which is color in this case. Then I'm going to cut this out. And I'm going to change these three tags to H2. There we go. And then we're going to add an image for this section here. Then I'm gonna remove a little bit padding here, just by like 10 pixels, just because it can be slightly better. And then for the next part, I have another text block on blue background, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and drag it down. And now I'm gonna go in with another CTA, but this is gonna be in a different colorway. So it will be transparent with a border. And now I'm gonna paste in my text, and I'll make this a P tag. This will be an H3 tag. And this will be another P tag. We're just going to change the color of this one. All right. So let's go ahead and get a background color. Now over here we need some padding. Let's do some 20 or something. And top can be something like that as well. Or top and bottom could be more actually. And this one I think can be more too. There we go. And this is how we created colored background with some white background in the back as well, using some padding. So I'm gonna color this in the other color, just like that. And so this is for the podcast, and then we're gonna add in a CTA under this, but it's not gonna be a blog button, but we're gonna edit it with CSS. We will duplicate this, and we're gonna go in and delete all of this, and then write out our CTA copy like that, and then we're gonna add background to this. So this is our starting point, and the color will be white. This is the starting point, and now we're gonna edit this to be a CTA. So with this, we added padding, and now we're gonna add border radius. There we go, and now all that's missing is the link. And the link can be easily added just by copying the link, selecting the text, and then add link, like a hyperlink. There we go. Now I think I can edit some of this padding. I will put a little bit more here, and you can get more here as well. Great. And now I'm gonna go and delete top padding here, so it will be more in line with the text block. And now I'm gonna add a new section and then just pull all of this in the section so that I can easily just duplicate the section and make it the same for the YouTube block. Then by pulling in a section from the layout, pulling in all of the elements into this new layout, and you can easily just duplicate this in our case because we need the same section but for the YouTube channel. So I will add some padding on top of this image so it doesn't collide with the previous section. There, so there is some nice spacing between those two blocks. And I'm gonna go in here and update the copy. And now that I am adding social links, this can be very easily done using the Klaviyo social links default block, but you are limited to a couple of colors. So you are limited to gray, original, black, and white. So these are the colors you can choose if you use the social links block. If you want, you can use custom colors as well. In this case, I'm going to use white. But if you have a specific brand color that you want to use, in some cases we use this blue color, and you can simply do that by still using the social links block. But when you click on the specific social media platform, you can click icon and then custom. And it's the same procedure, just uploading your own image into your brand library, and that way you can use your custom colors. But for this case, I'm going to use white because we already have the blue background, so I will proceed with having white icons. And now for the last part, we're gonna add the unsubscribe and manage preferences link, along with the organization name and address. And there we go. We added our unsubscribe and manage preferences links using the tag over here so that you can help yourself, or you can just Google those links. And there we have it. We have built our newsletter inside the Klaviyo builder.
Hey, it's mean world to us if you click subscribe and hit the bell button, because it helps our channel to grow and gives us ability to produce content for free for you.